Hello, this is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. Please hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Some new video has been put out there. Finally, I was looking for this yesterday because all we saw was a small snippet, and there is video from an officer who walks underneath the water tower and heads over to the AGR building because they're looking for an individual. He's right where he thought he was supposed to be looking because somebody said he was over at the Sheetz gas station, and that whole east side is sort of over in that area. So he's looking around in the woods, and then he heads over to the AGR building, but then he stops and pauses, and you can see that he looks through his binoculars, and you can see Thomas Crooks climb down from where he went onto the roof and then made his way onto the sort of the middle roof, and then you actually see him again moving to the AGR building where he actually did the shooting from. So let's take a look at just this portion right here, and then I'll start over and then we'll go through the end. I'm just going to show you this first part. He's actually seen twice running along the roof. I stabilized the video as good as I could to keep it kind of smooth so you can actually see this really easily. So see right in this spot right there? That's where you'll be able to see him. Watch. So just keep looking in that spot. It'll get smoother here in a minute, trust me. See there, you see him on the roof over there, that little dark shadow right there? So watch, and eventually it'll stand up. So just keep looking there. See, look at, you actually see his legs and everything. Stands up and runs to the left, okay? So that is what we're going to be looking at in this video, okay? So please hit that like button, share, and subscribe, and if you could leave a comment and let me know what you think. I mean, I think this is absolutely incredible. In a minute you'll see him running across here, okay? So let's take a look at that right now. So this is at 6:04 and 20 seconds, so we're only about 3.5 minutes away from when Thomas Crooks is on the roof of the AGR building. And this right here is located behind the water tower. If I pause this, I can show you about where this is. Hold on. Right back here in these woods. So I think he's back in here and he's going to come out in this direction. And that's where the surveillance shot that was, somebody put it on Twitter, but this is much clearer now, okay? So he's about to make it into that sort of open area where the power lines go through, and he's just walking. And it's interesting because it sounds like he's kind of just looking for, you know, maybe even Thomas Crooks, because remember there was an individual that, you know, they were just looking for him generally in the area. So I guess if we pause and then kind of look at the water tower, and, you know, this area over here is generally in that direction where one of the snipers said that Thomas Crooks was headed towards over here, Sheetz, the gas station. And so people were looking all over this area. So this person is coming through here to look through the woods. Alright, so let's get back to this. Alright, now here's that opening through the power line. You can actually see the AGR building off into the distance there. And you can definitely see Thomas Crooks coming up here in a minute. So right now we're at 6:05 and 31 seconds. And this video is 26 minutes long, 26:50. So he's just he's looking for a person. Not sure if he's hiding, you know, but he's definitely looking for him. I wish we had audio right now. There is no audio for some reason. But now we're at 6:06. I'm not sure what this guy's doing back here. Might be taking a leak or something. I mean, you know, he's not there, so keep moving. Yeah, so he's kind of just looking through the bushes there. And looks like you can see a police car parked over there. And then right through the opening there is the AGR building. And again, so what we're looking at right now is if we go up on the Google Earth, come down into here. I mean, you can actually Google Earth, even in the 3D mode, he's pretty much walking through this and can see the AGR building. And you can see that, so Thomas Crooks, he climbed up right here, remember? He comes up and then eventually he has to go over right here. So this is going to give us the exact time that he crosses this sort of bridge, they call it. It's I think it's 6 feet above it here. So when he climbed up on the roof, he likely climbed up on here, then went down, it's 6 feet drop, and then climbed up, I think it's only 3 or 4 feet back up onto this roof. Then he stood up and he started moving that direction. So let's get back to the video. We're now at 6:06 and 50 seconds. I pause it each time I stop so you can still see the entire thing. So I think on this video here we likely might just go to, you know, right around the time of the shooting, which is 6:11:33. And maybe we'll even go to like 6:12, just so that even the sniper shots are in there. I mean, he was taken out really quickly, within 15 seconds, 15 and a half seconds after Crooks' first shot, he was taken out. So right now it's 6:07 and 39 seconds. And it's pretty interesting because he's coming up onto the AGR building through that opening, and you'll see the water tower right here on the left. There is no shooter on the water tower, everybody. But why is he looking there then? Why is he looking? Well, because he's looking for the person of interest, which was Thomas Crooks, who somehow, I think the main issue was the communication. Now look, you can actually see Thomas Crooks moving in the background in that little section right over here. Just keep your eye on that V. What I'll do is I'll try to stabilize it. But look at, he's stopped and he's looking. I think he's even looking through binoculars at this point. And you can see right there, there's like a little bump there, and then it gets up higher, and now it starts moving off the screen. Absolutely somebody. And that's actually at, so it was like 8:08 and 15 seconds or so, which is pretty crazy, because in the Trump video, it's right around that exact same time. When I say the Trump video, I mean the video where one of the people was shot by Crooks, and he actually, and this is amazing, because right now those police cars are moving. Those are the same police cars that looked up and saw him moving on the roof as well. So this is absolutely amazing here, you guys. I think, can you see him up there? It's wild. I wonder if he's already made his way all the way across. And right now he's likely, you know, obviously in just a moment after this, that one officer parks, goes around in front of the building, and he comes back and gets lifted up. But I think the time frame of 8:08 and some odd seconds is exactly the same as the you know, the guy in the background in Trump's video. So it matches up with that perfectly. And I'm talking about the video that was taken by one of the individuals that was shot. In the background above Trump's head, you can see Crooks moving around on the roof. And I bet you that that time marries up with that absolutely perfectly. We'll have to take a look. So it likely is at this point, Crooks is already on the roof there, where he ends up shooting, but he's lower down. But it's interesting because this guy goes back here, and I think he might even be the one who lifts up the other officer, who I think is coming right here. Maybe that's the guy, and then this guy is lifted up. Okay, that's interesting. So any one of these people could have been the one that radioed first, because when that officer came down, he's got a gun. It could have been like 2 more officers in the area said something. Now he should be like listening to that officer right now yelling, because he's already gone up, and I think he's already been, okay, I think it's right now. He probably heard it. He heard the officer say something like, he's got a gun, he's got a gun. I'm not really sure what he keeps pointing at, though. There's no audio on this video. Yeah, that's so crazy. Those 2 pine trees right there block the view. That's what they call them, pine trees. I just look at them as tall bushes. So this is 6:11 and 23 seconds. He's got his gun out. They're radioing, hey, he's got a gun, he's got a gun. And right now, somebody in the crowd right now says, he's got a gun! And then right now, boom, here's the first shot. And, you know, the next 5 shots are like right now. And they all hear this, and now they're running around panicking, trying to get up there. This guy's way, you know, out of the scene, but that would have been a great place to get up right there. And, you know, the sniper that took him out has already happened, just happened. So, man, this is really pretty crazy. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add in, I'll zoom in, and you guys can see Crooks moving around on the roof, and maybe we'll try to time it up with the other footage that we have, okay? All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at the full sequence of Crooks running across the roof. Here we go. So this is what we were looking at earlier. He's right in this spot. So the camera's moving around, but you can use your eyes and follow over there while it's doing this extraordinary movement. Now you can see him right there. And look, he stands up, and you can almost see the backpack on him. Looks like there's something bunched up on his back. And now look over here now. The stabilization actually works pretty well. So here we go. Let's see if it shows it. Hey, you see him running right there. Yeah, let's try this one again here. You can see him climbing up. Smaller. But you see him right there getting up. And then I almost believe you can see him right over here at some point. He makes his way over there. And there you go. You saw him right there for a second. And I think he's kind of like hunched down, and then he keeps running, and then you pick him up right there again. So you could see him 3 different times. One right there, the second time right in this area, and then a third time making his way to the final location. And that's actually the exact same time frame as the video at the Trump rally taken by one of the individuals that was shot by Thomas Crooks. And I'm just kind of looking around. This is not him, that little dark spot up there. That's actually a part of the roof I went and checked earlier. Not in person, but on video, obviously. And there you have it. Basically, you can't see him anymore. I haven't been able to track him. This is still has some stabilization put in it. But you can definitely see him twice. Let me go back and play some of this one again. So let's take a look at this part again here. Look at him climbing up the roof. Looks like he's got a backpack on, really close up. And then he goes over here, and I think you can make him out over in this general area here in a second, but unfortunately that version zoomed in. So we'll have to take a look at this one right here. See at the bottom of the screen, you see him climbing up, a little bit smaller, but you can definitely see him. He gets up, and he's moving. Goes behind that tree, and then in a minute, just look to the left of that tree, you'll be able to see some movement right over there. See him right there, that little bit of darkness moving? And then in a minute, you pick him up to the left, after he passes that higher building, the second floor. There you go. See him right there? And that's right when he's making his way to that bridge that leads to the final roof that he was on. Okay? So, anyways, I hope this helped you guys visualize this. This is absolutely incredible. Now you see him multiple times. And what's amazing is this is all 3 minutes before Trump was shot at. You would think that somebody, or the SWAT team, somebody with tactical experience, would have gone over there, climbed up on the roof, even using the buildings to, and look around them and clear the roof. It just never happened. I mean, the one officer tried to go up there, and then I guess Thomas Crooks pointed his gun at him, and then he dropped to the ground. And then even he should have ran right over to the fence and went, "Hey, he's got a gun over here." Instead, he kind of just goes and looks around, and he is on his radio. But when he finally got on his radio, that was about 36 seconds, I believe, or 30 seconds is what they said in an article. So about 30 seconds prior to the first shot, he actually radioed in and said that there's a guy on the roof with a gun. And then nobody did anything. I mean, that was plenty of time to get Trump off that stage. And that's where people start thinking, wow, is there somebody else making decisions here that intentionally wanted that to happen? I think it's more that it was just an incredibly poor communication setup event. I mean, it was horrendous. We've seen it in the different articles. Really almost idiotic the way they set this thing up. All right. So thank you all very much for watching. Please hit that like button, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. All right. Appreciate you guys. And until next time, be safe out there.